Okay. We're getting into the ones that I adore. These jerseys. This is a set of 20 jerseys that I honestly, these are fantastic. Um, and it starts with one at 60 that they've brought back as a throwback not too long ago, about 6 or 7 years ago. I think it was 6 or 7. Anyways, and this is fantastic, and I know there's Ranger fans that don't like it. And then when the Jets came into the NHL, they used this same design with the Jets logo on the front. It's exactly the same. Stripes down the sleeves, the whole thing. This was the late 1970s, and honestly, I love this jersey. I got it from Ice Jerseys. I remember I got it. I paid full price. I paid $139 for it because I had wanted this jersey for years. I saw it online, and my eyes popped out of my head, and I was like, all right. And I think that was one of the first jerseys that I bought when I started collecting again. I did go for many years there where I collected very, very few. Number 69 is this one from the Minnesota Wild, and I understand that this is one of those ones that people are they're on the fence with. There's some who love it, some who hate it, some are glad they went to the new one that they did. You'll notice that I haven't shown the new one that they got yet, so I agree that it's an improvement over this one, but not by as much as some people might think. This one came from lids.com. It was, or lids.ca technically. It's Lids. Yvonne bought this one for me, and it's awesome. I love this jersey. I do. And it's funny because before I had it, I was on the fence about it. I remember when they went to this, I'm like, really? Christmas colors? But you know what? It works. It works. 68 is this beauty. This is, of course, a throwback. Brad Park. This is early 80s Boston. And I have always been a big fan of this jersey because, of course, the first jersey I ever owned was almost exactly this design. Just mine was one of the cheap old CCMs. This is one of the newer Heroes of Hockey CCMs. And it's kind of fantastic. I was a Brad Park fan too, so that worked for me. And that one I got through Full Moon Jerseys. Number 57 is this. The Stadium Detroit Red Wings. There's the old throwback Detroit jerseys that are available online. And they're online. They're kind of cheap right now because CCM's got a bunch of them out. I like this better. Zetterberg, of course. This is a pretty fantastic jersey. This was one heck of an attractive looking game. Because while this one's 57, you're going to see the Colorado jersey from that same game pretty darn quick in this. Some things that were sort of letting us know how things were going to change with jerseys is they went from this collar is very tight. This is similar to the collar that Adidas uses now. And I've noticed with some of these stadium jerseys that they kind of give us a forewarning of what was to come with Adidas. I think they were testing them out to see whether or not people would like them, what customers would say, whether or not they would sell. And then when they did, they went ahead with their plans. 56. This one's a tough one. This one you can get at the Canucks store for expensive. I found this online, new with tags from a private seller on eBay for, geez, I think I paid $60 for it. I think it was 60. And it is a fantastic jersey. Now the funny thing is, of course, that when the Canucks went to this design, everybody railed against it, yours truly included. And yet you'll notice, if you've been paying attention with this countdown, that I had the Canucks skate jersey well before this, meaning that I agree that this is a superior jersey to the skate. I wouldn't mind seeing the Canucks have a third and use this as their third. This color scheme and design as their third jersey. Wouldn't bother me in the slightest. I do prefer the blue and green now, but it would be nice to see that every now and then. Okay, 55, right? Yeah, 56, 60, 55. Carolina's newish, as in it's been out for a year, Adidas. So they've got the faded storm flags on them. The shoulders are fantastic. Everything on this jersey is really kind of nice. And I railed against it when they first brought it out. And I know that. So before people go looking and, hey, he hated it when it first came out. I did. But it's grown on me. Now, the strings are stupid. The one thing that drives me nuts with Adidas jerseys, it's one of those small things, other than the fact that the neck hole is kind of small, is that these strings don't do anything. You can't tie them. You can't. And this one's stitched down, and they're too short to really do anything with other than leave them there. They're completely ornamental, and it doesn't make any sense. The Rangers one I have does the same thing. They just kind of stick out, and I don't. Yeah, it's not. Anyway, it's a silly thing, and if they didn't have those, you'd have pretty darn close to a perfect jersey. 54. We're back to the Canucks, and we're back to, this is the reissuing, as it were, Reebok's re-envisioning of the original stick and rink with the V's on the sleeves. I don't know why Vancouver has to get V's on everything, but throughout their history, it's been really important to them that you know where they're from, because I guess the stick and rink is too plain to get Vancouver out of this. I love this jersey. I'm really glad I got it. The Carolina one I got through Ben H Sports on eBay. This one I got through this one through Full Moon Jerseys on eBay, because they had this one and I bought it before I told anybody they had it, because they only had a couple left. This is sold out at Full Moon, and that's the thing with Full Moon. That's why I check their listings every day. I check Ben H Sports as often as possible. I check them all, because jerseys, once they sell out, there's no guarantee they're going to get them back, and there's no guarantee that this beauty's going to get reissued again. Probably does at some point, but it may not look exactly like this. And the V's on the sleeve, for whatever reason, I think it's just that extra layer of cheese that just makes it kind of fantastic. 53. New Jersey. I got this one for dirt cheap. Why? Because it was a year after this guy left town. And I understand that when I wear this jersey, New Jersey fans get kind of upset. It's part of the reason I don't wear this jersey very often for videos. Because the Kovalchuk issue, kind of a touchy one for Devils fans, but honestly, I like the jersey a lot. I think this is the best design the Devils have ever had. They kept this for a long time. They got rid of this. They went with a black stripe on the bottom, and they changed the stripes here, and I'm not sure why. The only thing I can think of with the way the New Jersey looks is it's changed for the sake of change. I don't remember anybody screaming, we need elements of Kansas City and Colorado in these jerseys. I don't remember anybody saying it. So, there you go at 53. I know it's Kovalchuk. I know that makes people angry, but I like the jersey very much. 52. Remember I mentioned that stadium game that was gorgeous? This is perfect. Seriously. Perfect. All the colors, the stripes, the elevation of Denver being in there. Everything about this jersey is perfect. This is what it looks like when Colorado gets it completely 100% right. And yet it's not the highest rated Colorado jersey on this countdown. This one I got from Retro to Heritage, which is where I got the Detroit one from as well. Both of them were on sale for kind of cheap. And I remember at the time, I think this was the first one I ordered from Retro to Heritage. And the price was $50, I think, or $55 or something along those lines. And it was one of those situations where I'm ordering and I'm going, I know these guys have really good ratings, but this price sounds like they might be fake. So I got this one, and it turned out to not be fake, and it's a fantastic jersey I like very, very much. And I really enjoy wearing this one. This is one that I enjoy wearing out. And, you know, there's the Avalanche regular logo there, which is only on one sleeve, not on both. I find it weird when teams do that. It just, to me, it almost feels like they didn't quite finish. Okay, 51. Before anybody asks where I got this one, a subscriber sent it to me, meaning I'm not sure where they got it. It's an old starter. Penguins with the Robo stripe, as I call it. As everybody called it at the time. Because it's the Robo Penguin, and there's a stripe all the way around the jersey. Gorgeous jersey. At the time it came out, I remember I wanted one, but I wanted all of the thirds back then, so I had to kind of pick and choose which ones I got. And I didn't get this one. and I'm glad I have it now. It is a beautiful shirt. The Pittsburgh Penguins, again, and I said this yesterday, man, they have some nice looking jerseys. They really, really do. Some fantastic looking jerseys. Number 50. Let's go to Florida. And let's go with this beautiful third, which looks a lot like the third that the Columbus Blue Jackets have used as well. Now, I don't like this one as much as the Columbus Blue Jackets one. As you've seen, it hasn't been on the countdown yet. But this is still a beautiful shirt. This is one of my favorite jerseys. Florida has... The two-tone blue is really nice, and it would be nice to see an Adidas with this kind of color scheme on it. I would be really, really impressed to see an Adidas with this color scheme. And notice that on the Reeboks, the ties, you can actually tie the jersey if you choose to, which is something Adidas decided to get rid of, but leave the ties on there even though they don't do anything. Number 49. You will have seen this on me a lot over the last week. I have a Fanatics in this and an Adidas. The Adidas is nicer, and once I compared Fanatics and Adidas, I had to get the Adidas in Vegas, and this is a beautiful jersey. And it's funny because I know there's people who say, well, it's not really hockey, but it is, though. I mean, if you look at it, yeah, there's a lot of gold on it, and there's the Vegas star and whatnot, and really the Excalibur Hotel needs to get in on this. You know, we're at the Excalibur for a couple of days, and it's brought up by Joseph, who was our driver. He's like, well, I don't know why the Excalibur never got in on the Golden Knights thing, because you think those two would meet up. And I'm thinking, why didn't this hotel get in on it? This is dumb. And it is, because they have Medieval Knights there. And honestly, what better place would there be? And it's right near T-Mobile. It's so... Anyway. This Vegas jersey is gorgeous. And you'll notice the gray one hasn't shown up yet. So it will show up on the countdown as well. But at 49, this one is really, really nice. I'm very, very glad I got this one. It's a really nice shirt. 48. The Adidas Winnipeg Jets. Again, you've got strings. The strings on the Winnipeg are even better. They're all sewn down. So even if you didn't want to have them and you're like, I just take them out of the shirt. No, you won't. No, they're all sewn down. I don't get it. Oh, the Florida Panther one I got from a private seller on eBay. So when I say private seller, I mean it's not one of the big ones. There's no point me referring you guys to them because that was the only jersey they had, kind of thing. The Vegas one I got through Lids in the States because I couldn't find them anywhere in Canada. This one I got through Ben H Sports. It is a 50. And I will say this too in this video, and I've said this before. When you're ordering jerseys, if you order a 46 or a 42, which are extra small and extra small, which I understand for some of these teenage kids, the skinny kids, yeah, you want the smaller one, right? The difference is the logo is significantly smaller when you go below a size 50 as opposed to 50 and above. And it's significantly smaller to the point where it could be confused with a women's jersey or a youth jersey. So I'm just throwing that out there. That's why I get 50s. 50s for the most part just kind of, I swim in them. But honestly, it is a better setup than getting one with a much smaller logo. Noticeably smaller logo. I do wonder if Adidas is going to change that because it's smaller to a point that it's kind of distractingly smaller. So that was through Ben H Sports. Number 47. Subscriber sent me this one. Do you know what's funny is this one is actually an authentic. You got the fight strap. Fight straps are a funny thing, isn't it? When we don't actually play hockey, so it's just sort of dangling back there. Sometimes some jerseys I've noticed with the Reeboks, it's a heavier fight strap than the Adidas. So with the Reeboks, it's kind of harder not to notice that you're wearing a fight strap, which you don't really need and you can't tie it to anything. But this jersey, the original that I had before this authentic, I think it was in the 180s, 170s. For some reason, the authentic of this is just so sharp and it's just so excellently made. And it's so much, to me, it's much better than the other one, even though it's similar, very, very similar. But it's better to the point that it does show up this highly in the countdown. And if Boston goes back to this kind of a style in yellow for this year's Winter Classic, I'd be pretty happy with that. Now, right now, I'm wearing Seattle. right? I'm wearing the Seattle, the blue, and the green. It's very, very, very similar to number 46. Very, very, very similar. When you look at the arms and the stripes on the bottom are almost the same too. I remember when the Whalers went to blue, and honestly, at the time I liked it better than the green. I did. I thought that Whalers blue jersey, and it was partly because I collected hockey cards a lot, and on hockey cards, the blue ones looked brilliant. So when I got this one from Ice Jerseys, I got it because I'm like, well, it's a blue Whalers. And interesting story is that when I was 22 or 23, I went to a sporting goods store here in Abbotsford with my dad, and I saw one of these at that store. And I said, you know, I really want that Hartford Whalers jersey. And he said, you don't need it. Come back and get that next time. And when we went back the next time, it was gone. I've never seen this one in a store since then. So when I got this one off Ice Jerseys, I was kind of overly excited to get it. This was kind of the little kid in me being really, really excited. And this is one of my favorite jerseys. I love it. I love everything about it. The designs, the colors. And of course, as I said, Seattle, the Thunderbirds have kind of co-opted those colors. But it's fantastic in both cases. Number 45. Let's go to Minnesota. Which one is this? Minnesota fans know. This one is their State of Hockey stadium jersey. You can tell stadium jerseys because the numbers and the letters are huge. It's a football stadium. You can make the numbers and letters as big as you want. It's a football stadium. The people in the nosebleed still can't read this. Anyways, this is my Ryan Suter Minnesota Wild jersey. I got this one through Retro True Heritage as well. It is fantastic. And Retro True Heritage must have got a really good deal on the stadium jerseys from those 2 or 3 years worth that they had. Because they were all for dirt cheap, and I bought all of them before I shared with the channel where I was buying them. Because I didn't want to go in and go, oh, they're all gone. And then subscribers going, yeah, I got that one, thanks a lot. I didn't want to get Shoresy, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is a fantastic jersey, and there's something about Minnesota jerseys that are generally fantastic. And here's a one stripe around the bottom. The Adidas, a lot of them have that one stripe around the bottom, don't they? And then, of course, the Adidas style neckline, just with the difference being Adidas, they have this patch here, and then the collar is kind of strange on them. Some jerseys, they look like priests. Number 44, and a big thanks to Ben H Sports for this one. This is the one that completed the Dallas Stars collection. See that? That's Dallas. That's the Texas State logo. No Dallas here. That means this jersey is a vintage flashback to their first year in Dallas. Their first year in Dallas, they did not have a Dallas word mark. Their last year in Minnesota, they had this jersey, lighter green, but they had this jersey. And the idea was, I think really genuinely, they knew they were moving and they were rebranding the team before the move. At the time, Minnesota was denying they were going to change the name to Lone Stars. That was the big fear. When they went to Texas, it'll be the Dallas Lone Stars, Lone Star State. Thankfully, they just stuck with stars, and they changed the green a little bit when they got there. This is one of my favorite jerseys. And I don't know if Ben still has any. I don't think he does. 43. Might, though. Go take a look. Ben H Sports on eBay. 43 is this beautiful piece of wonderment. Carolina has an issue this year. So they've got a new third jersey, which is sort of like this one, right? Okay. Now it's got some different striping on it, and the reds are a little different on the sleeves. And now it's got the double flag. So this is the tropical storm flag. It's not technically a Hurricanes flag. You have to have 2 flags for it to be a hurricane. The problem is, to me anyways, with the extra long stick with the 2 Hurricane flags, because this is a hockey stick here, it just looks too long to me. A jersey with a logo that extends for 3/4 of the jersey looks, well, it's tough. And when I heard they were going to do the double flag, I thought, okay, because I thought what they were going to do with the third jersey was put the double flag here, and that this logo would be on the black. That the main logo would be on the black. And honestly, Carolina, Tom Dundon, if you're listening, it's a fantastic idea to put that Carolina logo on the black. Do it as a fashion jersey. Do it as a one-off. Send it to me. It's a beautiful idea, and I honestly think it could be fantastic. I agree. This is a really nice jersey. This is obviously the highest-rated Carolina jersey I own. But if I saw the regular logo with this design, that could be a new winner. Number 42, Dallas. This one, I'm going to say straight up, came from a store in Chilliwack, which is closed down. It's the one where I got all those cheap jerseys. This one wasn't cheap. This was bought for me by my ex, and it was the only jersey. I think it's the only jersey she ever bought me. I'm not sure. Maybe others. But I remember this one just specifically because that blue Colorado that I have now, which is a fashion jersey, not the one I showed you guys in Countdown, but the blue, it's got the regular Avs logo, a fashion jersey with Starter. When Starter was doing all these weird designs and releasing them, and people going, they never wore that. There's a blue Flyers that way too. It looks really weird. The blue Flyers looks really, really strange. I'm thinking about buying it only because it looks really, really weird. But anyways, this one I probably need to replace. It's probably to the point where there are some little snags and tears, and again, because of this fabric being the way it is, once you get a snag or a tear, it's a hole. And so if you've got a jersey that's made with this type of material, and that would be my Canucks red one is like that as well. Be very, very careful and very gentle with it because it's very, very simple to get a hole in it. I remember it was around this time that when you bought a jersey, you actually got a little packet, a little clear packet with jersey pieces in it just in case you needed to do patchwork on it. So they gave you little patches to fix holes in jerseys at the time. And I have to say, if Adidas did that for hockey players now, it might be appreciated. And I'm not talking about NHL players because they get a new jersey whenever they feel like it. I am talking about your beer league guys who might not want to go out and fork out big money. Get them the patches, and they can patch up their jersey, and they can wear it as long as they want. Number 41, ending this portion of the countdown, is this beautiful Florida awesomeness that I got. It's an authentic. So people are like, why is that one so high compared to the other Floridas? Well, this is an authentic. It is the thing to resistance that I wanted of Florida's. I don't know what it is. The blue, the yellow piping, the logos, everything is just perfect on this. I got this one from Full Moon Jerseys, and it's kind of fantastic. It is. Yeah, I was surprised at how much I liked it when I got it. I was kind of excited when I ordered it because I knew I was going to like it. I had no idea how much. Reebok really knocked it out of the park. And honestly, again, if the Florida Panthers wanted to do a third jersey in blue with the brand new logo, I think it could look really, really sharp. There you go. So jerseys 60 through 41, and we are down to jerseys that are some of my ultimate favorites. It is really difficult to make those choices from here, but tomorrow we'll go 40 to 21, and then we'll go 20 through 1 on Monday, and may God help me, because honestly, some of these jerseys are gorgeous, and I can't believe that they're in the 40s and 50s. Even the Rangers at 60 is insane to me. If you'd gone to me 2 years ago and said, you know, that Rangers jersey you just got, it's going to be your 60th favorite, I'd be like, I've only got about 60 jerseys. Be like, wait for it. Wait for it. All right, there you go. There's the countdown for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, as always. And I'll talk to you again soon.